We started discussing the idea of creating a more sustainable school at Scarborough at the end of last year, and I put a proposal to the teachers and the school staff that I come in and work with the students and the staff once a week, talking about sustainability, talking about our impact as humans on the earth.
I want you to tell me, what part of the worm is this? What part of the worm is that? Well, I tricked you. It's his mouth.
So, for instance, composting. We brought in Wollongong City Council. They have a worm farm team. They worked with the kids. They brought their worms in.
That's right. And these eggs, one of these eggs that is about this big, can hold up to 20 worms.
They spread a tarp out on the floor and they showed the children the different worms and what they eat, and the children got to kind of feel, and it was quite a tactile experience for them.
Okay. Now, oh wow, they're all ladies. We've got some beautiful people of worms in these tiny baby worms. You guys see that? Girls and boys, and they become worms that could be either a girl or a boy. If they need more girls in the worm farm, they'll be a girl, and if they need more boys in the worm farm, they become boys. And it doesn't smell. It just smells like dirt. And do you know what? It's okay, but I've got it on my way through.
Yeah, don't worry.
But you know what? We put this in our gardens, and that's like fertilizer for our gardens. It helps all our eggs grow. So it's a good thing.
We're building a worm farm for the school, like out of an old bathtub. So we've had the kids doing some drilling holes through perspex, through plastic, so that they can see what the worms are doing, like through the top of the worm farm when they open the lid, how the worms are breaking down the waste. We'll be collecting those worm castings for fertiliser for the vegetable patch that the older kids have already started doing in the garden. The idea is to recycle and reuse everything. So with the worm farm, we're using an old bathtub that was donated, and the components for that have all been recycled materials from parents donating. The bricks that we've paved through the veggie patch have been donated by parents.
I wanted a cake.
The school has basically purchased one bin to collect the waste in. That's the only thing we've purchased so far. The PNC brought some plants and purchased the mushroom compost, the straw, the chicken manure.
Two would be.
So I think we've spent about $75 so far on the project.
Okay, let's put a few plants in and we can water those in.
Watercolour?
Can I?
Yeah.
Put some mint in here. Yeah, you can water that.
And I watered the flowers as well.
So the garden's been divided into 4, and I work with one class at a time, and part of the project is for that class to plant a whole lot of seeds, look after those seeds in this mini greenhouse, and when they've come up and we've got a whole lot of seedlings, it gets handed to the next class, who then I go in and work with that class and we plant it in the garden. They get their paths built by the older kids, and it just sort of gets handed on in that way. So everyone has ownership of the garden and everyone cares about it because they've all planted seeds, they've all planted seedlings, they're all watering, they're all fertilising.
Water over here, please. Some water over here. Some water over here, please.
They've been measuring water, and they're out there every day, sort of taking readings. They've got rosters for the watering of the young plants, and they're, sort of no one is not followed through their obligation in terms of watering.
So who wants to plant this marjoram here? Oh, you're planting the roots there. Be careful of the roots.
Hey, that's my garden.
It was a really hot day today, so they need the biggest ring. Some other veggie things in your garden, Callum?
I want to know. Has this and Miss Morgan?
And Miss Morgan when she's there, yeah, okay?
That one needs.
She's...
Is that okay?
So that it's all about them owning it. It's not about the teachers and parents building a garden for the kids. It's about the kids building their own garden and having ownership of that garden in that process. The children have been incredibly positive about the project. I think this generation of children are really aware of the issues surrounding sustainability and, the problems in terms of waste and pollution. I think our children are really informed and they're really excited about trying to find answers and about doing things. They're very proactive. As soon as we talk about energy conservation in the classroom, they've gone and turned the lights off in their classroom and in other classrooms where they can see the teachers aren't actually in those classrooms and using them. So they're really engaged instantly in finding solutions.
When I first started at Scarborough, we did newspapers are used for art projects and also for actually laying